Hey, Ari, how are you? What, we still got beef?
Nah, no beef, Josh.
Hit him up! Move him out!
We want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering and BrownsChicken.com.
It tastes better, value, great food, lunchtime. Browns. I could use a meatball sandwich right now. Bloop. One of the meatballs with the marinara just spilled all over my T-shirt right here. Look at the phone lines are jumping, but there's a line or two still open. Your cue to dial quickly. I want to hear your sports beefs. And for the best beefs, you'll be going to visit my friends at Brown's, the best beefs in town. Value at Brown's. Quality at Brown's. And it's consistent at Brown's. The three words, the three words at Brown's are always, it tastes better. But the other three words, when money's tight, right now, Brown's. Why? Here's where you go. Brown's for three words: value, quality, and consistency. Let's bring up on the phone lines. First in line is Jim from Evergreen Park. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Murph, how are you?
I'm fine. What's your beef?
My beef is with score personalities that will not drop the idea about the Cubs' long-term backloaded contracts, as if locking up good quality players on the corners of your infield, your leadoff hitter and guy who hits 30 home runs even when he, misses part of the year, and your star pitchers in Brano. I don't see what the problem is with those guys getting paid a little bit more money back in the end of their contract. They're assuming that these guys aren't going to be productive at the end of their contract. They're all still fairly young. I don't understand what the problem is with locking these guys up.
Well, the only person I really heard talk about it was Steve Stone here at the Score. And, see, I don't think there's a Cub fan that is worried about backloading, because a Cub fan wants to maybe get a taste of the World Series, and then, you know what? You worry about it later. So I would be hard-pressed to think, and, Steve Stone's a Sox fan. That's evident. So, I can understand coming from some. Put it this way. If you had a guy like that as your general manager, you might not be as happy as you might think in the long run, because you'd be more worried about, trying to win on the cheap, and it is possible, but it's much more difficult.
Absolutely, Murph. But no, Brian Hanley, that was the Cub yesterday or 2 days ago, fell back into that trap, and he is a Cubs fan. Steve Stone's talked about the backloaded contract. What's the difference if you pay Ramirez an extra $2 million in the fifth year? He's still going to be productive.
Well, all I know is that Cub fans want to win right now. And I listen to Brian every morning, along with Mully, on our great morning show, Mully and Hanley, 6 till 10. And I know Brian's been, just as I am, a little upset with what happened last October. But Brian will come back. He'll come back around with the Cubs. You know that.
Yeah, I'm frustrated as you guys, Murph.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. I always remember, well, not always, I heard a great statement, quote, attributed to Johnny Red Kerr during some of the eulogies. And I'd never heard it phrased quite like this. And you could, if you wish, direct this to your favorite team. Red Kerr said, "The Bulls are like my kids. I always love them, but sometimes I don't like them very much." No, Brown says keep rolling, Murph. Northside Lizard is next. Hello, Lizard.
How you doing, Murph?
Hey, I'm great, Lizard. How about Red Kerr? I love it. He says, "The Bulls are like my kids. I always love them, but sometimes I don't like them a whole lot."
Hey, I love them to death, but man, sometimes in some of the moves, I don't like them at all.
Exactly. You got it. I always love them. Don't always like our guys. Hey, Lizard, what's your beef?
Murph, I have a proxy beef here. I'm going to put myself in as a member of the Chicago White Sox pitching staff. And I want to give this beef as a pitcher for the Sox staff by saying, when I look on the mound and I look behind me on my defense, a certain Score host asked, why don't we put a rookie at second base? I got a new guy going at short. There was a second baseman. I don't have a center fielder. I got a clown to the left of me, a joker to the right, and I'm stuck in the middle and trying to find where my outs are going.
So your beef, is this a cleverly disguised tool of the week 3 days early?
It's cleverly disguised, Murph, but it's also, I don't know where to go for an out if I'm a Sox pitcher because I got too much inconsistency, question marks.
Well, you know what? I did think that maybe Beckham should be getting, let him play every day this year. As long as you feel that he's not going to hurt you, I think like a Derrick Rose, he could help you. But you don't want questionable gloves all over the park. Is that it?
I want to make sure that I got some kind of defense where if I'm throwing my sinker, I want them to be able to pick it up.
Well, they say...
And then the other question is I want to know, if Beckham is better at short, why not put him at short and leave Alexi at second? Because who has the quicker hands on the 6-4-3 double play or the 4-6-3 double play?
Well, we'll have to leave that for Oswaldo Guillen, who was the great defensive shortstop, and we're going to have to rely on him to use his eyes and make the right decision, and he has so far decided to move the missile over to short. Lizard, always great to hear from you, buddy.
You take care, Murph.
Thank you, man. I'm going to take a break. New load of phone calls coming in right now. Second round for What's Your Beef? Remember, my friends at Brown's. Where's the nearest, the closest Brown's? Simply go to brownschicken.com. And remember, the 3 words, well, it tastes better. And the other 3 words, when money's tight like it is right now at Brown's, the 3 words are value, quality, consistency. Lunchtime beefs and Brown's, an Italian sausage, put them together. We call it a combo in Chicago, the favorite of Browns President Frank Portillo. Get you in, get you out. I'll send you to Browns for the best beef. 644-6767. Back in a flash. And you gotta see Jack.com. Best time your lifetime to buy a brand new Chevrolet. You gotta see Jack.com. Jack Phelan Chevrolet right there at Harlem and Ogden and Lyons, minutes away from LaGrange, Western Springs. Indian Head Park, Burr Ridge, Hinsdale. Hello.
Want to talk to you. Hey, you got some beefs.
You gotta love What's Your Beef. You gotta love Browns. It's Murph. Plenty to cover from 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, but let's get back to the beef line, see what you, the Chicago sports fan, is beefing about. I know you're not beefing about your last visit to Browns. You're thinking about it right now. Lunchtime, beefs, Browns, lunch, beef, Browns. Doesn't matter how you say it. The best lunch in town. Don't forget that Maxwell Street Polish. Grilled onions, yellow mustard. Honey, I'm bringing dinner home tonight from Browns. The golden brown chicken. It tastes better. Value, quality, consistency. Let's bring up next one line open, 644-6767. Mike from Elmhurst is next in line. Hello, Mike.
Murph, how you doing?
Good, buddy. What's your beef?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, I guess I've got more of a station beef than a sport beef, but it's a sports station beef. Is that it's a combo too? It's a combo beef. We lost a personality over the weekend, left us on Sunday, Mr. Jesse Rogers. So now do I only lose a good guy that knows baseball on hit and run? I lose a great guy that knows hockey on the hockey night. Anybody that can pronunciate all those hockey players' names as great as he does is a huge loss. That's a huge beef.
We will miss Jesse. I will miss him personally. He was my producer our very first year, as we say, back on Belmont Avenue in 92.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a good chance, an advancement. He's sort of out of the AM radio right now. He's doing some new, exciting things media-wise, though, and we're all very happy for Jesse, but we'll miss him terribly.
Big time, Murph. But we still have you talking good baseball, right?
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate your beef, buddy.
Thanks, Murph.
All right, let's go next to... I thought he was going to win a beef, but I couldn't give him a beef right there because he was too nice to me at the end. If he wasn't so... Hey, Mike, call back and just talk about Jesse. I'll send you over to Browns. No good deed goes unpunished. Let's go to 644-6767. Hey, I got some certificates to send you over to Browns. I haven't used up any of them yet. Want to hear some good beefs from you? Best beefs in town. right there at Browns. Let's go to Lonesome George from Skokie. Hey, George.
Hey, Mike, I'm not going to win a Browns chicken dinner, but I got a little beef.
Oh, well, I wouldn't tell
Little
anybody
beef.
that. Okay, what's your beef?
Well, we all like minor league baseball around town, the Jackhammers, the Rail Cats, the Flyers.
Yeah.
But living up north in North Skokie, I can't get any of these stations on the radio.
Get out.
Why don't they kick up those little guinea pigs on the treadmill to pump up, 4 or 5 watts per station so we can get them up north here?
You need
a little beef?
You need more wattage in your cottage.
Oh, you're a poet and didn't know it.
When it comes to verse, I'm the worst. Now, here's the thing. You got to go on up, and there's going to be a new team up in up near Antioch. I was reading about that the other day. Who is that, fellas? Somebody's going to, is that Kevin Costner's going to pour some dough into that?
I don't know, but I'm afraid of what the name of the team is going to be. The Antioch Boop Boop.
Thank you very much, George. He had to beep himself. I've had to do that over the years also. 644-6767. What's your beef? By the way, my friends at Browns want to remind you that observers of the Lenten season will often give up or do without something as a personal sacrifice. For some, it means giving up eating meat on Fridays. But, before you give up Browns, you should know. Right now, Browns is offering fish and shrimp meal deals right there from their seafood menu. 7 days a week, by the way, not just Fridays. It's a great time to try Brown's delicious beer, battered cod, farm-raised catfish, golden fantail, butterfly shrimp. And never forget this. Brown's has non-meat menu items, options such as Brown's delicious mustacholi marinara and that creamy macaroni and cheese. Give up Browns for Lent? No need to do that. They've got you covered. Let's go to Alan in Gurnee. Hello, Alan.
Hi, Murph. How you doing?
Fine. What's your beef?
My beef is with the Cubs organization for trying to downplay once again their collapse in the playoffs by all saying it was just one bad week. That's all. Just one bad week.
I'm glad you brought that up. By the way, I remember
me up every time I hear it.
Well, in October, right after they lost the 3 in a row.
Well, just recently now they're trying to say just spring training. They're using that term. One bad week.
I know. Let me tell you what happened, though, statistically speaking. Right after they dumped the 3 in a row to the Dodgers, we had John DeWan Stat of the Week. And sometimes I feed John some questions. Sometimes he comes up with his own topics. I fed him on the email. I said, John, for Stat of the Week, I'd like you to tell me what are the odds, now listen to this, of a team that plays 162 good games, what are the odds that they play 3 clunkers all in a row? Because my theory was it was because they weren't prepared by Lou Piniella, mentally prepared properly. A lot of people told me I was wrong. Now Lou Piniella's basically admitting that he was not preparing the team properly. That being said, the odds of 162 games being played pretty well and then have 3 in a row clunkers was like 1 out of 1,000. So the odds defy that they just had bad luck. The odds tell you that there was something done wrong by to me by Lou Piniella.
2 years in a row.
Hey, I'm glad you got through, and I'm glad you're going to go visit my friends at Browns. Hang on, Alan.
Thank you, Murph. Thank you.
Good beef.
Thank you.
Good beef, buddy. I appreciate it very much. He's probably going to say, what do you want to do, honey, with our trip to Browns? Italian beef, Italian sausage, a combo, maybe chicken dinner tonight? Oh, boy, bring it on home. 644-6767. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's bring up a little lady.
Hey, Murph.
Yeah.
Hi, Murph. How are you?
Fine, little lady. What's your beef?
I have a beef, and my beef is with the Bulls. And I think that it was disgraceful that they didn't show up at Norm Van Leer's memorial service. The guy's an icon.
Now, you're bringing new information. If I missed this, I apologize. I know there was huge turnout to the ceremonies for Norm Van Leer. I know Mitch Rosen represented our radio station. I saw the film, and Doug Buffone from here, a lifelong friend of Norm. What do you mean none of the Bulls representatives showed up?
I wasn't there. But from what I understand, none of the members of the Bulls team showed up at his memorial service.
Well, they might have. Were they on the road? Jay Zawoski, check out the Bulls schedule and tie that together. What about, was John Paxson, Jerry Reinsdorf, were they there?
Yes, they were, but I'm talking about the players.
All right. well, maybe the players were unavailable for whatever reason, be it practice, which they should have maybe called off or rescheduled. I don't know the background on that. If Mr. Reinsdorf, Mr. Paxson were there, that they should have, and they were. We will check on that. John Paxson was definitely there. We're getting some eyewitness reports right now here at the station. We'll find out if the players were available and if or why, if they didn't show up or not, okay?
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, little lady. 644-6767. Let's go back to the phone line, see what the fans are beefing about.
Hey, Murph.
Yeah, Jay, what do you want?
What's your beef?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Number 6.
Number 6?
Look at this little note from the other day. After wearing number 23 since entering the league, LeBron James says he's considering switching his jersey to number 6. He says, quote, "It's my Olympic jersey number. It means a lot to me family-wise. I'm thinking about it." Well, wait a minute. You know what? I don't like when Kobe Bryant did it. I don't like when guys change their number because we know why they're doing it, because their business manager or their marketing tie-in with an equipment company said, you know what? We've just about sold all the number 23s we can sell right now, LeBron. Let's do this. Let's change your number. We'll sell millions of the number 6 Cavaliers shirts and recycle your profit margin ability. It's amazing. Let's go to 644-6767. Bill calling from near Midway. Hello, Bill.
Hello, Murph.
Hey, Bill, what's your beef?
I got a beef with a fan who wants to comment about a pitcher looking around at his defense. Well, what about a playoff team of 9 All-Stars looking at the pitcher on the mound who can't get anyone out?
You're talking about?
I would say recently in last year's playoffs.
Ryan Dempster?
When you had the best record in the National League, and yeah, you got guys who are, you got at third base, you got as good as it gets. At first base, you got as good as it gets. You're covered. Except you're looking at the mound and you're looking at the guy, and then the other 2 guys that followed behind him didn't do quite as well either. So
well, it doesn't help when you walk 7 guys like Dempster did either.
No.
And that was Lizard, a great baseball fan. He said, I just want good defense out there. But like you're saying, hey, if your hitters suck and your pitcher walks the ballpark, doesn't sometimes matter until game 2 when the entire infield made an error. Each guy made 1 error. It's first, second, third, and short, right?
Exactly.
Hey, go visit my friends at Browns. All right, Bill?
All right.
Hey, everybody's going to Browns.
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering and BrownsChicken.com. All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.